AI can obviously do this better than we can, probably.
Not really.
Actually, yeah, they're just not that
Not
funny.
yet. And I still think, like, people are, like, really quick tangent on this, and then we can get back to our Sex and the City and Telenomics
super
thing.
quick.
But, like, yeah, I mean, like, I do think that, people are like, oh, artificial intelligence, like, which I don't like that term. I prefer to call it computer intelligence, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay. Also, I did. I hate that you like love it and want to respect it.
I think it's actually like an amazing invention that could lead to like literally the discovery of new worlds that are beyond imagination.
My eyes are rolling into the back of my head.
I know. That's like such a corny like thing to be like, imagine the possibilities.
Yeah.
But
You understand that like it's literally just like a stats model, like a very sophisticated stats model.
I think right now, like, because here's the thing, right? Like, in 1993 in the University of Michigan, there was this program called Avida, where they literally started like
the lotion, right?
Avida skin lotion,
yes.
And they made accidentally artificial intelligence. They were like, wow,
happens all the time.
This bottle of lotion is actually self-aware.
The magic of palm oil.
This actually works on computers. This is great. Why don't we think
rub
of this
it
before?
on,
yeah,
and it just is
it
like
makes it smarter.
I feel refreshed.
Yeah,
I can think clearly.
Who knew that infusing the lotion with nanobots would actually do this?
Make them work good.
But like Avida, it's Avida, and they basically made like a like digital petri dish where they took like very simple bits of code, basically like the letters of like the like not just like ones and zeros, but like the simplest building blocks that they could make. So basically like
that is ones and zeros.
The digital equivalent of like Gattaca. Yeah, so they took very simple arrays of that, and they made like digital microorganisms. They like put them together, and basically they just like set them loose in this petri dish, and they allowed the culture to flourish.
James, my finger is getting deeper and deeper into my throat.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Doing a big gag right now.
They basically like created a digital petri dish culture that actually began to produce, and it's still going on. It's been going on for like 30 years. It's still an active program, and they created like stuff that.
Why do you call it a petri dish?
Because it literally is like
No, it can't literally be a petri dish.
These programs began to develop like attitudes and habits and behaviors the longer they were left with little prompt. Like that, the engineers themselves were like, "Yeah, we didn't even intend this to happen." Like,
yeah, but did they say that exact thing about loads of shit? Like, have you heard of this concept of like emergent gameplay?
Like,
which
no,
is where you have like routines essentially, but because of player autonomy, you can have these routines essentially intersect in a strange way, where something strange but it's purely coincidental happens. And like, I don't know, like you have an NPC that is walking away from a certain place, and then you talk to someone and they tell you, someone just stole my shoes, and you see this guy slinking off into the distance, but he's not related to the shoes incident. He just happens to be walking away from that place at that time. And so obviously your instinct as a player is to go and confront that guy. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you get suspicious. Why don't you know what I'm talking about?
I have...
Give me the fucking shoes, bitch. But my point is like, you have all the, like, basically, when you have so much stuff going on, you can assume relationships and things that aren't actually there. And so this is what they call emergent gameplay, and it's essentially just a marketing term for funny shit that happens when just so much, there's so much noise, essentially, that you as a player, it's like the simulacrum, right? You're making sense of something that isn't actually there.
Yeah, it's
right? You see
removed.
A smiley face in the adapter for some reason.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like, correlation doesn't equal causation. What I will say, though, is, like, to me, the fascinating principle behind it is the idea that, like, in the same way that life exists on, like, asteroids or in the deep ocean or can be found in undiscovered corners, like, it could be found, the emergent principles of life could emerge in a digital environment. Not that digital environments are giving rise to it, but that they act as a medium for the principles of life to emerge, which is fascinating. That's a fascinating idea.
But let's be real here. We can summarize this idea as the X-Files I want to believe poster.
Yeah, but It's not Scully. It's the other guy.
No, it's Mulder.
I'm Mulder. I'm
Yeah.
Mulder, and you can be Scully.
I am Scully
You're the
because I'm
redhead.
hot
Yeah.
and rational.
Yeah.
And Mulder is just this fuck about
Mulder's
wanker.
the ultimate Californication sex having guy.
He's got a
believes-
big penis.
Who has faith in the unbelievable, but also fair.